Hello, my name is Palatino, and today we're gonna go over Towerfall, Ascension slash Dark World, which Dark World is the DLC. You got your versus mode, which is multiplayer versus co-op, which can also be multiplayer, but cooperative, and the trials. We're gonna start with the trials, and there are 5 characters, and they are all just looks, not anything else, just the skin. So we're gonna play with Last of the Order, so you can see what's the difference basically. We have your tutorial. You can move, aim, jump, shoot, and dodge slash catch, because you can catch arrows from friends or enemies. And you can see there are these puppets. Trial is more or less just a speed thing or skill-based play. And pay attention to your own arrows, they can hurt you. And there is only one life point. So yeah, that can suck. And I misclicked, I went out of the stage. I wanted to go here a few times so you can show you and warm up, because I haven't played that game in a while. So you can see you can shoot up, you can shoot in 8 directions, I think. Not completely 360, just 8 directions. And you can do like different tactics, like here I'm trying to go this way, but I suck completely hard. But you can go through the not floor, the hole in the ground, which is connected to the upper screen, and just fall through. The screens are connected to each other, so you can go left to right and right to left, or up to down and down to up. You can jump up too, but it's harder usually. So can your enemies, so pay attention for that. I don't know why I don't have my save. Probably because I changed consoles or something. But let's go into co-op. There's the normal quest and the Dark World quest, which is basically the DLC. Let's take a different character so you can see. And we start with the first map. There's normal and hardcore, which is basically just more enemies and a little bit harder, like I think less life. And I think 1 arrow less at the start. And I think also less chests. The enemies differ a little bit in between each other, like the ghosts usually dodge the first arrow. But if you shoot them right or fast enough, they can't dodge. Then we have the slimes, which are usually just falling down, and you have to pay a lot of attention to not get crushed by them or smashed. Don't know what to call it. Squished? Slime squishing is kinda... that sounds wrong. Also, shot arrows can be taken back up or collected back. But you can also just shoot up. Oop. Didn't pay attention and got slimed. And that is the actual hard part. Paying attention to where the enemies are, where they're falling from. From my experience, it's easier on a smaller screen, because the bigger the screen, the harder you have to notice your enemies and stick to them. You can also see I lost my cap, so I'm gonna try and take them back up. There are also other hazards like the darkness here. And there sometimes are traps on the floors that are from wave to wave differently. But I think they start at hardcore in the first map. And in later maps they are always. And this guy is actually pretty evil. He can catch your arrows. But only 1 at a time, so you can shoot multiples and he just goes down. He can also shoot arrows and you can catch his arrows. Which is handy if you want to... Oh, there's also, yeah, progression. I'm gonna go into the enemy later. The progression is also kind of a little bit linear, but also linear because I just got 2 maps, because there's probably a way for 2 maps to go, or 2 ways to go. Something's wrong with my audio. I don't know what's happening today. So, you can also jump on enemies. I didn't mention that particularly. I did it before, but I haven't said anything to it. Jumping on enemies usually destroys them in 1 hit if they don't have a shield. Enemies can also have shields. And as you can see, it's the same level as the first one, but with hardcore there are way more enemies. And I just got murderized. That's what I meant. You have to really pay attention in even later numbers, because there are always more enemies. And that blob jumped on me. Sick idiot. I play so bad. Well, you see, there is a story, and I know the original game without the secret maps. You basically fight your way closer to a castle with this cursed king, which is a really hard fight. I haven't beaten to this day because it's multiple waves and it just has you need to be on top of your game the whole time. I also play this game kind of on off. That's why I'm also not the absolute best at it. I never set my mind to actually beating it all the way, so I'm playing it on off for fun. It's a special game, don't get me wrong. I usually don't see games like this in this day and age, because it's kind of old school, I would say. There were earlier in my life there were games like this, but not anymore. So I actually should probably prepare some Steam. Where's my Steam? Why is my Steam not open? It's usually also not a very expensive game, because reasons. It's also rather old. It's like a few years old, and as you can see, it's getting pretty messy and hard here. But it's also quite simple, so you see, that's a good and a negative. Simple is not always bad. So, as I see here, the graphics are... Ooh, you need... the fun part is there is no such thing as any requirements, basically. You just need internal Intel graphics, so you can probably play it on an AMD CPU, APU even, without any graphics cards. And 2 GB of RAM is also pretty handy and easy to get, probably. So, yeah, there are a lot of different maps in the co-op. They are usually just always the same. One harder, one easier, and there are also more waves in later stages, but not more life. There is no way to regain life. And you see there's another enemy introduced which can actually block your attacks, which kind of sucks. I usually deal with them while jumping on their head, because that's handy to do. Or shoot them from below, which also works. Yeah, I think I went over all the basics. I can't really tell much about the story because it's, as I said, it's not like you have long texts. Just play the game and fight the monsters, and it works up from that. There are also not too many enemies, different Or not. Oh my god, what's I'm just gonna go over to the tier list, which I'm putting the game in, and we'll see. So, as I said, the overall requirements for the game are really low. It can probably be played on a really old. Goddamn, I can't update the computer, and yeah, I will still put it in C tier because there is a lot to not. It doesn't give you a lot of replay value. I mean, it gives you replay value is the wrong word. It doesn't give you a lot of reasons to play it because co-op is fun. Single player is also fun for a while, but it's not like, ooh, the story is so convoluted or the gameplay is so special. It's a good game for a few days, a few nights, a day with a friend, something like that. But it's not like a game you play for weeks, for hours on no end, just to finish it or anything like that. But as I said, I'm coming back to it. Day after, not day after, some days of the year. Like I always have it installed. It's not big. It's yeah, fun time. But still, I would put it in C tier because it's not for everyone. I can understand that. And yeah, thanks for listening to my rambling and looking at this small game. Bye bye.